I feel like I don't even know how to make YouTube videos anymore because it's been that long. I hope everybody's okay. I haven't done a YouTube video for quite a long time because a lot of things have happened and I just haven't had time. My laptop and my old phone broke, which I'm sure you would have seen in my posts on here. And whilst we're on that subject, actually, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody that donated to the crowdfunder to get my equipment replaced, because if it weren't for you, then I wouldn't be doing videos. And an extra special thank you to Aaron, who pledged quite a lot of money. But yeah, I'm back now and I've got a new laptop and I don't have to hold the charging port in and gaffer tape it in and faff about like that and edit with one hand. So, which, you know, it feels quite luxurious that after about a year of wrestling with my old laptop. And I've got a phone now that records sound. Can you believe it? Technology today, eh? So yeah, apart from the technical problems, we've had mental problems, we've had financial problems, we've had relationship problems. All of that's been resolved now. Well, not the mental problems. But I am in more of a position to get back on YouTube and start talking about Asperger's and autism again. And I've missed it, to be honest, and I feel like I've got a lot to talk about. So yeah, let's talk about stuff. So today, you'll have to excuse my voice as well. My throat's really sore and I sound like a man. But yeah, today we're going to talk about masking, or unmasking, should I say. And the concept of unmasking was brought to my attention by two women with autism on Instagram that I recently started following, Autistic Barbie and Laura Zidane. Laura Zidane does podcasts on autism, and Autistic Barbie is just a really good advocate for autism, and to be honest, she is one of the few people with autism that I can relate to, and you know, she doesn't kind of fit the stereotypes, and she gets a lot of stick from people because she doesn't look like she has it and she doesn't act like she has it and all that bollocks. So I feel like I can really relate to her on a completely other level, do you know what I mean? So when Autistic Barbie and Laura Zidane, I think it's Zidane, forgive me Laura if I've pronounced your name wrong, but yeah, when these two ladies started posting about unmasking, at first I thought that sounds terrifying, because like, I, for one, have been masking since I was a child, because when I was a child I was constantly told I've got to be more normal, I'm not doing things right, you can't say that, you can't say this, you can't do this, you can't do that, that's not socially acceptable, what are you doing that for, you're not walking properly, your body language is wrong. All the time, why are you not looking me in the eye when I'm talking to you, stop being rude, stop being ignorant and all that. So it was hammered into me from a young age, oh shit, you know, I'm not normal, I don't know what's wrong with me, it's very scary, I don't want to be ostracised, I don't want to be left on my own and bullied and everything, so I've got to change, I've got to do something about it. So I know I'll copy other people, like people on telly and my family members, and you know, kids that I want to be friends with in the playground that clearly think I'm a bit weird. You know, that came at a cost, because there were quite a lot of times when I said things in the wrong context, or, you know, I copied something from somebody off EastEnders, which is a British soap opera in the UK if you're from a different country. But yeah, it was really embarrassing and it was really awkward, and I didn't really know what I was doing, and to be honest with you, I still don't know what I'm doing. So I've had years of that, and kind of building my own persona from other people that I'd like to be more like, that I don't really know, to some degree, who I am. You know, it's really, really strange, you know, but I kind of got a bit obsessed with this unmasking thing, because I just thought, you know, it would be completely different and, you know, life-changing and all this, that and the other, and people probably won't like it, some people anyway, but I'm pretty sure that the 24/7 strenuous masking that I do, and, you know, forcing myself into situations that are clearly going to distress me, just to please other people, and doing things just to impress other people because that's what normal people do, I'm pretty sure that has led to me being depressed for most of my teenage and adult life. Because if you're not allowed, and if you're not allowing yourself to be yourself, it's pretty fucking shit, innit? You know, having to walk around trying to be somebody you're not, because the real you is not socially acceptable and, you know, likeable and normal enough. I mean, fuck's sake, you know. And now I've just got to the point where I'm like, actually, I'm rapidly starting to lose interest in what all the neurotypical people around me are doing, and, you know, their expectations of me. Even though they say that they don't have expectations of me, there are subconscious expectations, because I think people forget that I have autism because I look like this. You know, I haven't got it tattooed across my forehead, with a puzzle piece next to the side of it, so people tend to forget, actually, her brain works completely different to mine, and maybe I should give her a fucking break, you know. I think people just think, well, I can do that, so she can do that, but the reality of it is, I can't. Or I can't do it to the standard and the timing and, you know, the exact same methodology as the neurotypical person that has placed the expectations upon me. You know, maybe I have to do it a different way, which maybe takes a bit longer or a bit less longer, quicker, sorry, less longer. Maybe I have to do it a different way, because that's just who I am. If you can hear creaking, by the way, it's not me farting, it's the chair. It's like an old wire chair from the 60s, and because I've leant back on it, it's bent and it creaks and stuff like that. So yeah, sorry. So yeah, this whole unmasking concept has been of great interest to me recently, and as I've been thinking more and more about it, not just me, but I've just been thinking how much of a better quality of life people with autism could have if they were allowed, and they could allow themselves to live their, in autistic Barbie's words, authentic autistic life, which I love that phrase. I absolutely love it, because that is, for me, the goal, you know. I mean, everybody's got other goals, and another goal of mine is to be self-employed, which kind of ties into that. But, you know, to live your authentic autistic life, that is living the dream. You know, if somebody says, well, you know, but you've got to come to this, and you've got to do this, and you've got to do that, because, you know, that's what's normal. You've got to do what normal people do. If you turn around and go, fuck off, I'm doing it my own way, thank you very much, people are going to be like, not messing with them. And just leave them to it. Because honestly, the amount of times that people have said stuff to me, well, you can't do that, you know, that's not socially acceptable. You know, you've got to at least try to do that. And in my head, I'm thinking, why? I've got no interest in doing that thing at all. It's going to be extremely traumatic for me because there's going to be loads of people there. I'm going to be stood there not knowing what the bloody hell to do. It's going to be really noisy. It's going to be really bright. I'm going to be in sensory hell the whole time. You know, I'm probably going to have to get pissed just to endure it. You know. And the more I think about situations that I've been in, and I've forced myself through it, because that is what has been expected of me. And I've just thought, why? Why did I do that? You know, just for the sake of not tiptoeing around people. And, you know, I'm 28, nearly 29 years old. You know, I've spent my life, most of my life, trying to please other people and living for other people. And I've had enough. You know, one of the reasons that I've not done any YouTube videos for a while, aside from the technical problems, which obviously is the main one, everything happens all at once, doesn't it? Typical. Is because I've been in a depressive episode. I'm still in the depressive episode now. I mean, this weekend just gone, I was a right mess. And, you know, it just so happens that I woke up in a good mood today, and I thought, I'm going to take the opportunity, you know, do a YouTube video while I still can. Because this afternoon I might have a massive meltdown and decide, you know, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to watch videos of abandoned buildings with my thumb in my mouth for 6 hours. You never know. Oh God, mental health, eh? So what was I saying now? I think that's the ADHD as well. I had to stop the video because I couldn't remember where I was going with that point. Anyway, the point that I was making was, I'm in this depression still now, and I am convinced, I mean, I've been on antidepressants for bloody months and it's not done anything. I'm literally just taking them because I've been told to take them, and, you know, then I can say to everybody, I am on medication, don't bother having a go at me, you know. But I am convinced that the reason, or one of the main reasons for that, is because I've been shoehorning myself into this neurotypical way of life, and you know, trying to keep my head above water, try and do normal job, try to do other, set up my own business, you know, this, that and the other, loads of things that I've placed upon myself, and at the end of it, my head's just gone, can't do this anymore. And, you know, and then I started reading about the unmasking stuff from those two ladies, and I thought, you know, it sounds terrifying, but I'm going to have to try it, because if I don't try it, I'm going to be basically living a lie, and who wants to do that? You know, not me. And I didn't realise how much I actually mask, you know, and in nearly every social situation, my anxiety is really bad, and I'm constantly, like, my brain is in overdrive, thinking of what to say, how to stand, what facial expression I should use, you know, trying to remember all this stuff that I've learned over the years that doesn't come naturally to me. And it's like constant anxiety. Have I said the wrong thing? Have I offended them? I was just trying to be funny. Maybe they didn't take it that way. Maybe I said something out of context. You know, is the tone of my voice alright? And underneath it all, I'm just like, there was absolutely no point to that conversation. It was just fucking small talk about, did you see Coronation Street last night? I don't even watch Coronation Street, so why have I tried so hard to make conversation with somebody about something I just don't give a shit about? You know, just as an example, I don't think I've ever started a conversation with somebody about Coronation Street because, you know, we don't watch live TV. I only watch bits and bats of it at work. But yeah, just the first thing that came on to my head. So yeah, and I've been talking, I hope these two girls don't mind me talking about, you know, their theories and concepts and stuff, but I'll put the links to their social media and to Laura Zadan's podcasts below the video, so you can have a look yourself and see what you think, because it is really good, thought-provoking, useful stuff. Yeah, although the whole concept of it is pretty much, you know, removing that barrier and letting people see your authentic autistic self, which is terrifying for me. On the other side of it is like complete freedom to be who you want, and that appeals to me so much more than the first one. You know, because I've tried, that's been tried and tested for 28 years, nearly 29 years, and I'm telling you now, it doesn't work. You know, I mean, I've probably had, what, like 20 years experience in masking. I haven't received an Oscar yet. I haven't even got a BAFTA nomination. So what's the point? So yeah, I thought I'd introduce you to the concept of unmasking if you haven't already done so yourself. I am going to try this, and I mean, I've already slightly done it in bits and bats with people that I trust, and the reaction hasn't been too bad so far. But I think for people who only know me as masking me, will probably be a bit like, fucking hell, you know? A bit fucking weird. But I would rather be weird and me than normal and not me, this fake constructed person made up of EastEnders characters, family and friends and whoever else I've copied over the years. Do you know what I mean? Oh, bloody hell. But one thing I have noticed in my very small experience in unmasking recently is that I'm actually more relaxed socially when I'm not masking. I mean, it's probably too late to make the conclusion that that is, you know, how I definitely feel, but the last couple of times I've done it a bit at work, and I've done it a bit just in my very small social circle, you know. Just testing the water a bit, dipping your feet in, and I'm actually more relaxed and I'm able to have a laugh and a joke more, and I'm not really overly thinking what I'm going to say and if it's going to offend somebody. I've just been saying it and nobody's got offended, so yet. No, I'm not as blunt as I used to be. Again, there's a lot of embarrassing stories of me as a child saying things that, you know, I would never say things like that now because I understand that it's offensive, but when I was little I didn't understand it was offensive. I was just saying what I thought, you know, no filter. So if you're interested in looking into this, obviously look into it first. Listen to Laura Zadan's podcasts, and follow Autistic Barbie on Instagram if you've got Instagram. I'm not even sure if she's on YouTube, you know, because I haven't signed in to YouTube for ages, since I've had this new phone. I've not signed into it because I haven't put anything on here, you know. But it's definitely worth looking into. And if you feel more comfortable masking, then great, you know. I mean, I'm not saying that masking is a bad thing. I think in a lot of circumstances it's a tool to be used, because unfortunately in some contexts it's necessary, you know, like in job interviews. But I've always done quite well at job interviews because I've gone in there thinking, well, I'm only here for an hour, so after an hour I can breathe, I can go home, I can detox, not speak to anybody for a day. And that's that, you know, job done. But, you know, when you're doing it for 14 hours a day at work, and yeah, or like on a night out, and then you do what I do and you feel like you have to drink on a night out. I've stopped drinking now. I've not, well, apart from me and my boyfriend having a few drinks the other night, a couple of weeks ago, I haven't drunk, and I will not be drinking because it's not worth what it does to me afterwards, you know. But forcing yourself to do stuff like that and putting yourself through absolute hell just to be accepted and involved, I suppose you've got to, again, that's not me, that's the chair. I don't know even if you can hear it, but it was creaking and I'm like, I'm gonna have to like take it to bits and rebuild it or something, or just chuck it. But you know, in some contexts it is useful to mask, and it's I don't know, you feel more protected in a way, because you think, well, you know, they'll never be able to tell that I've got Asperger's, so they can't bully me, they can't judge me, you know, they can't preempt things, they can't make assumptions about me, they're not going to undermine me or overmine me or whatever. You know, I'm just going to appear like a normal person and they're just going to let me get on with it. But because it's that tiring and that draining, doing it all the time, I've found, like, especially at work and stuff, sometimes the cracks have begun to appear, and I've not been able to do it, and I've had meltdowns and stuff because I can't cope with it because it's stressful. So you've just got to ask yourself, like, what situations do I really need to mask, and what situations can I possibly do without masking? You know, like when you're with your friends, like, your friends should accept you for who you are. I mean, I've made a really good friend down here, and I feel like I can be my authentic autistic self around her, and I think she appreciates the fact that, you know, I'm not a regular person in a way, because, you know, I like doing different things, and I don't know, maybe it's a bit of a change for people, but I know for sure that I am completely at 110% done with constantly pretending to be somebody I'm not. And it doesn't make me a fake person, it's just that has been hammered into me since I was a child. So obviously I'm going to respond to that, and I'm going to try and protect myself and put up that barrier and defend myself, because I don't want to get bullied, I don't want to get ostracised, I don't want to get left out, I don't want to get ignored. You know, I've still got a desire to be social with people, I've still got a desire for human interaction and meaningful relationships. It just means that, you know, I maybe don't think the same way as those people, and that's okay. You know, it doesn't affect them in any way. I'm not being horrible to them. I'm not a dick, you know. It's just that my brain works completely different, so, and it's interested in completely different things, overly interested in completely different things, obsessed, shall we say. I mean, who gets obsessed with council flat buildings? You know. If anything else, I might be shit in social situations, but I can tell you anything you want to know about council flat buildings. So, yeah, just an introduction to unmasking, because I don't know, it might help somebody. Thank you for watching. Thank you again for the people that pledged in the crowdfunder and got me back on YouTube. I'm glad to be back. And again, an extra special thank you to Aaron, who really helped me out. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. I'll upload a new video soon. It might be an update on unmasking, it might be something else, I don't quite know. Thank you for watching, I'll see you again soon. Bye!